Predavačić, dolazim iz Tuzli, dakle, Univerzitet u Tuzli, odsjek žurnalistika i dopisnica sam za omladinski program Saradnje 1 iz Tuzle također. Moje pitanje, odnosno najprije konstatacija je ta da u Bosni i Hercegovini veliki broj mladih ljudi je završilo svoje fakultete i trenutno je na zavodima za zapošljavanje. Moram priznati da dakle, to obrazovanje koje su stekli mladi ljudi nije bilo jeftino. Zemlja iz koje vi dolazite je dokazano prijateljskim odnosima sa našom zemljom i evo i duže vrijeme, a i pogotovo nakon bezviznog režima, mladi imaju mogućnost da idu u vašu zemlju i da kakav takav honorar, odnosno angažman profesionalni imaju i da zarade neke novce. E sad, mene zanima da li vi opravdavate odlazak mladih iz BiH, da imaju bilo kakav način zarade ili ohrabrujete mlade ipak da ostanu u Bosni i Hercegovini i da li vaša ambasada ima neke projekte koji osiguravaju mladim ljudima ipak ostanak ili eventualno bolju budućnost?
Well, thank you very much. That raises the very important question of brain drain. And we quite often get questions concerning the brain drain, concerning how can the situation here in Bosnia and Herzegovina improve if so many of the young, dynamic people move abroad? We get that question more and more now from the German side, because Germany in recent years has opened the door more and more to immigration from Bosnia and Herzegovina. In a time when many other Western countries have made it more difficult for foreigners to immigrate, Germany has made the legislation to immigrate there a lot easier. Maybe just one simple example, in the past when foreigners from non-EU countries studied in Germany, their visa expired just after they finished, they graduated from university in Germany. Now, if somebody from Bosnia and Herzegovina or any other country in the world goes to university in Germany and graduates there, they automatically have 18 months, 1 year and a half, to stay in Germany and try to find a job. Who finds a job in Germany within these 18 months, and that's the overwhelming majority, then can stay for good. So that is a huge liberalization of the labor market in Germany, and so the number of immigrants is growing quite quickly. And I'm very pleased that in Germany we were able to have this liberalization, a growing number of immigration, and despite that, no backlash in elections, no success of xenophobic right-wing parties. Again, that is quite different from several other European Union countries. But that is the reason why we get so many questions on the brain drain, and justified questions, of course. However, you also mentioned the high unemployment, especially among young people. Some of the estimates, I think nobody has really exact numbers. Some estimates go up to 40% or so unemployment. We don't think that those estimates are quite realistic because they are not taking into account certain sectors of the economy, but still I think there is no doubt that the unemployment rate here is above 20%, which is still worrying. And if you compare that to roughly 5% in Germany, in some areas in southern Germany, especially those areas with a lot of people from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Stuttgart, Munich, Frankfurt, sometimes you have unemployment rates of 3% or so, which is almost no unemployment. So of course many young people will look for a future abroad, and if the alternative is to be either unemployed here or to work in Stuttgart as an engineer, I don't see why it would be better for Bosnia and Herzegovina for that person to stay here. When we talk with investors about German companies about investing here in Bosnia and Herzegovina, they keep telling us that they are very happy with the workforce here. People are well skilled, the education system, you mentioned, it's not cheap, but it is also giving good results. People, on average, are well educated here. They are also well motivated here, which can be proven by seeing how successful they do once they live in Zurich or in Stockholm or Stuttgart. Investors also are quite happy about infrastructure. I mean, a lot of money has been invested in infrastructure, a lot of EU money, by the way, as well. Infrastructure is pretty good. the main problems for investors here are political problems, administrative problems. And as long as that is not solved, there will be a high unemployment rate. Once these problems are solved, I'm sure there can be also an economic boom here. And then people in the diaspora will prove quite helpful also for the economy here. Let me give you one example. In Germany, by far the biggest immigration group we have is people from Turkey. Several million people from Turkey live in Germany. Over several decades, Turkey has been stagnating, or has stagnated. But now, the last 10 years, the economy in Turkey has taken off. There is an amazing economic development in Turkey, and some people from Germany of Turkish origin have gone back to Turkey, and now, with their experience abroad, can also help the Turkish economic boom to go on. Many more decided to stay in Germany, but even some of those people who decided to stay in Germany can still be very helpful for the Turkish economy, because small-scale Turkish enterprises, when they look for people who sell their products, for example, abroad, they will often first contact people from the diaspora, and therefore it opens new exportation possibilities for the Turkish economy. So the Turkish economic boom would not be possible as it is happening right now without the help from the diaspora. And I'm sure the diaspora from Bosnia and Herzegovina one day, once the political situation here allows for an economic boom, will also prove very helpful for the situation here.
Ivan Bandur, student novinarstva na sveučilištu Mostaru. Ovako, ja bih se želio vratiti na ono pitanje o pritiscima na medije. Zanima me što vi mislite o tome, je li to moguće riješiti zakonskom legislativom, ili to treba jednostavno čekati da mentalitet ljudi i svijest se ovdje poboljša. Na to bi se nadovezao i zašto, na primjer, mislite iz kojeg razloga je Njemačka u tom pogledu bolja od Bosne i Hercegovine, je to zakon, je to jednostavno taj duh demokratičnosti. I želio bih da ako možete im povučete liniju između istočne Njemačke nakon pada Berlinskog zida i Bosne i Hercegovine u ovom trenutku, na koji su način oni radili na djelovanju, znači na koji je način podigao duh demokracije u tim dijelovima, kako su bili rezultati, je to moguće primijeniti na Bosnu i Hercegovinu?
Yeah, it is a bit like the question, what was first, the hen or the egg? Of course, legislation is vital to protect the independence and functioning of free media. But how does a country get that legislation? Often it is through society pressuring on politicians to get that free media. And without society taking care of this question, without voters being interested in a free media, why should politicians even bother to make the right legislation? So, of course, we lobby, we help civil society organizations to lobby for changes in the legislation, but for those changes to come, for politicians to decide to go that way, and also for this legislation then to really be implemented in a meaningful way, it is vital for society to really care about this. And the experience in Germany, I mean, there are many different factors. First of all, in Germany we had a very strong involvement of foreign countries being involved in Germany after the Second World War, and they had a lot more patience maybe, really building up institutions, more patience than nowadays. It is easy for Western countries to be active on the ground. Certainly also the Cold War scenario helped for Americans, British, to stay very active in Western Germany and make sure that there is a strong democratic state being established there. In the case of East Germany, we are, again, I guess, kind of experimenting in many ways, and partly successful, partly not so successful. So in East Germany you will find some areas, regions, especially rural regions, where you see far less civil society actions, far less free media and independent journalism. And then you will find some cities that are thriving, where you find fantastic examples of an NGO scene, and typically that's the places where also the media is thriving, including free, independent local media. So it is hard to say, but in the end, again, probably one of the most important factors to make a success story there is an economic development. Because the moment you have an economic development, you have young creative people who have enough power also as a middle class to really influence and force politics to do what is necessary to do to make democracy working.